My buddy Randy Scott. What's the name of this charter?
Reddog Sportfishing.
You catch a lot of fish?
Most days.
Now listen, we're in Darlington, Ontario right now. We're probably only half an hour from Toronto. We've only been out 15 minutes. Lift that fish.
I'm gonna try.
We've been fishing 15 minutes, and this is what you catch. Half an hour from Toronto. Get to Darlington, get with my good buddy Randy Scott. And what's the name of this charter business again?
Reddog Sportfishing.
And how's your hernia?
It's hurting.
Stick with us. We're going fishing.
I'm going fishing all the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. Closed captioning is brought to you by Garmin, the new wave in chart plotters and sonar solutions. Now, for you folks that live on the North Shore of Lake Ontario, wake up. There's a world-class sport fishery right on your doorstep. Salmon and trout fishing are alive and well in the Big Lake. In fact, many believe the open water trolling for trout and salmon on Lake Ontario is as good as, or better than, anywhere on the globe. Today, Choronzey's made the trip over to Darlington, Ontario, about a half-hour's drive from downtown Toronto. He met up with his longtime buddy Randy Scott of Reddog Charters on Canada Day. Stay with us as Choronzey and Scott spend the holiday morning trolling for the big ones out from the shores of Darlington, Ontario.
Mr. Scott, when does it stop?
You got a good one, Darryl.
It's a good fish, eh?
Oh yeah.
Randy, what time have you got?
6:45.
We went out 5 minutes?
We haven't set all the riggers yet.
Strong fish too, Randy.
It's a king.
Yeah. I don't know whether he's running. Yeah, I thought I lost him for a minute, Randy. Mother, what a fighter. How many guys come out here with a reel like these knuckle busters?
Oh, I've only seen about a half a dozen guys.
That's a strong fish, Randy.
That's why they're not using the knuckle busters.
Now you gotta understand, you're only bringing in, every time you turn that reel, on these you're only bringing in 5-6 inches of line, not like your level lines. Randy, what'd you have on here?
Spin Doctor. Black with double glow tape and an atomic glow hammer fly. 57 feet down.
57 feet down?
Yeah.
And 2 miles out. He's going where he wants to go. Randy, this early in the morning, Mr. Scott. Now, you're doing some tagging studies where you're actually catching the fish, tagging them, and releasing them, right?
Yeah, I do about 30 to 40 kings out of this harbor a year.
Where are they showing up? Like, where are they going home?
They're all, every fish we've got returned has showed up in New York.
So we gotta thank the Yankees for these fish.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk about that later, but... Oh, come on, this is too early in the morning for this.
You're doing fine, Darryl.
He's still back there.
We're gonna wear you out.
Randy, the fish are bigger this year, though, aren't they?
It seems like every 4 years we get a good run of bigger fish.
Yeah.
Last year the average was maybe 20 to 25 pounds. This year we got a lot of 32s, 34s.
And we're not even July. Well, today's July 1st, am I right?
Yep. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day to you too. But you're seeing bigger fish this year.
Yeah, generally, yeah. Most of them are 20, 25 we're getting, and we're getting some 30s. Last year, I don't even think I got a 30-pound fish.
Now, come September, I think we're going to see 10 or 11 40-pounders this year.
Well, that's what everybody's hoping.
I like a little sport in the fishery.
You've got her now.
I didn't expect this 10 minutes after start. Big body of water and lots of fish and big fish this year.
Very big fish.
That's a big fish, Mr. Scott. Look at this. Now, what's that flash here? I know it's a spin doctor. What is it?
The black with double chrome. Okay, turn to left, Bill.
Nice fish. Big fish. Nice fish.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm going to back up and let you
Not yet. A little more.
handle that net.
Lift up, Darryl.
Got her up. Put the net to him. Nice fish, Randy.
It's a dandy.
Is that it?
It's a Murphy.
Now, is that a dandy or is that a dandy?
Yeah, that's probably 26, 27 pounds.
You want to lift him out of there?
Not really.
Randy, is that a fish? Or is that a fish, eh?
That's a beauty. 20, 28.
30.
Well, okay, 30.
I got a Lake Ontario tie. Listen, honest to God, we've only been out, well, half an hour now, but we hit this fish hooked in the first 15 minutes.
About 15, yeah.
Lift that fish around. I'm getting tired.
Okay.
Two old guys playing with a big fish. You got him?
Okay, yep.
Now, Randy mentioned something. You got to understand, a month ago, this fish would have been straight silver, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're already starting to darken a little bit, right? They're going to
Yep.
run the rivers in about 2 months, but their scales tighten up. Usually the scales will fall off. You won't see these scales falling off now.
No.
That's a honey, buddy.
It's a beauty, Darryl. Good
I got to say
fishing.
thank you very much.
Well, it's a good one.
You get the next one.
No, thanks.
I've had one heart attack. Nice fish.
That is beauty.
Mr. Scott, what do you got?
I think a teenager.
Yeah?
King.
I'll tell you what, as soon as that rod went off, I says, I am not running that bait caster, right? Because you got that deeper diver on there. Am I right?
Yeah, and I got one of Randy's gypsy rods.
Okay, Randy, let me ask you something. Why the steel line that you got on there?
Well, we normally run braid, but we got the spiny water fleas with warm water, and it clogs the braid up. So the wire, it cuts through it.
It also gets you down a little
It
deeper?
gets a little deeper.
Now, you're running a lot of deeper divers?
That's the only ones they run.
Now, Randy, I got the net. Okay, so you're going down with the steel. It stops the fleas, or whatever you call that aquatic stuff that's on your lines, right?
Right.
But it also gets you down a little deeper?
A little deeper.
You want to take them up the middle?
Yep. As soon as I get him around everything.
I think you got coho.
King.
Hey, little king?
Yeah.
Now, this should be interesting. This should be interesting. Nice fish. Now, you want to see something else? If I'm not mistaken, that adipose fin's missing.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I saw that as soon as we brought him out. Nice fish. Now, how many years did you say they've been doing this clipping on the adipose?
I thought it was 3 years, but they didn't do all the fish. That might be a pen fish. I believe they clipped some of the pen fish before they clipped all the fish.
Okay, because
Notice the scales
this is
are
a
coming
little
off.
bigger for that first year.
Yeah.
So they probably come out of the pen. And it's fresh. It's not it's next year's fish. It's not
Right.
this year's fish. Nice fish, buddy. Eh?
Beautiful fish.
An eater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
With that
dandy.
big smile on your face, you're saying it's an eater. Now, again, the government's finally got smart. You don't, and I mean you don't, take one of these fins off.
No.
You know, like they're baffles on an airplane sort of deal. They make them dip and dive. If you're going to take a fin off on an experiment, you take that adipose off.
Means nothing to the fish. But
Yeah.
this, they can't eat.
Well, they can't eat, they can't swim. I'd like to see the Ontario government say, we're never going to take a fin off the belly of a fish again. I call them belly fins, whether they're pecks or ventrals or
Right.
what. They're still important. Nice fish, buddy.
Good fish.
Going Fishing returns with more salmon action on Lake Ontario.
Randy Scott, you've been around a long time. How many years you been fishing?
39 years.
You keep some records, eh? How many fish you caught?
9,963. Trout and salmon.
How many Atlantic salmon you caught?
36.
How many fish did you catch total? 9,000.
9,963.
And 30 what Atlantics?
36.
That's pathetic. How come?
They're not here.
Okay, now here's my problem. I love Atlantic salmon. I love them on the East Coast. I hate them in the Pacific and pens. If you went to the Great Lakes and you went up to the Sioux, yes, they've got a fishery there. There's an American university, but you have to understand something. They raise the fish in one location. They take the eggs in Sault Ste. Marie in the Narrows. They hatch the eggs. They raise the fish. They release the fish all in one spot. So they're imprinted from day one. And they raise the fish till 22 months of age, and they do get a decent fishery back. But it's time-consuming and it's costly. But if they want that, that's fine. The Federation just announced they've released number 2 million, right, in the last 5 years. How many Atlantics did you catch last year?
0.
I mean, give me a break. I love the Federation of Anglers and Hunters, but give me a break. I want the Federation of Anglers and Hunters and the Tackle Street to understand you've just announced that you've raised 2 million Atlantic salmon for Lake Ontario. It isn't working. First off, you are not raising, you're not taking the eggs, you're not fertilizing the eggs, you're not hatching the eggs, you're not raising the fish in one spot and releasing them. You're spreading them all over. You're not raising the fish to 20 or 22 months of age. You're stocking fingerlings, which is 0 survival. You raise fish for one reason. Well, actually, you raise fish for 2 reasons. One for the sport fishery, and one to sell product, sell tourism and sell lures for the economy. How many Atlantic salmon lures have you bought in the last 10 years?
None.
Why?
I didn't know they existed.
If you really want a fishery out here, get into steelhead, not Atlantic salmon, at least not in Lake Ontario. Mr. Scott, look at this Islander scream, buddy. Ooh, you know what I think we got? And I could be wrong. I think we got a big bow. Ooh.
I don't think so.
You think a big Chinook?
Another king.
I'll tell you what, they've come out of the water like a bow. I can't believe the fight in these fish right now. Now, the fish that we caught earlier, right? It was darkening up, and that's real early for this time of the year.
At least a month early.
I think we mentioned it. They start darkening, their scales tighten up, so when they go into the river, they live a little longer before they spawn. But I was surprised. That fish had a little bit of bronze in him. Nice fish. I'm gonna try and lift him up to you. How's that? Look at this fish.
Yep, got her.
You got her, Mr. Scott. Hoist that puppy aboard.
Gotta take it through.
Oh.
Damn. Another fat one.
Oh. Another dandy, eh?
Yeah, that's
Now,
well into the 20s.
tell you what, you take that. I'm gonna pull him out. Hey, what are you puffing for?
A little netting problem.
You netted him. I was a good,
It was a netting problem.
Hey,
Watch your hooks.
I got him. Dandy fish, eh, buddy?
Beautiful. Let me get the net out of the way.
Now, honest to God, this is what Lake Ontario salmon fishing is all about. Again, you've got to come with a good guide, right? And you know who's the best guide on the Great Lakes? Glenn Osborne. No, he's retired. I'm only saying, do you know who's the best guide on the Great Lakes in Lake Ontario? My buddy Randy Scott. That's 2 fish in an hour and a half?
Yeah,
Hey?
about an hour and a half, yeah.
Okay, real quick, Randy. We got a Spin Doctor flasher,
Yes, sir.
right? I got a Strong Fly by Dreamweaver, and it doesn't get any better, hey?
Yeah.
Take this fish.
Again?
I get too old for this. You got him?
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
Nice fish.
And now for the Walker Deeper Diver Tip of the Week, taking your lures down and away. Come mid-June, and you can expect the big boys to be feeding and growing in numerous ports around Lake Ontario. Darlington, with its generating plant and warm water outflows, is one of the best locations to count on. Here the fish can be hot right up into August when the maturing kings and coho will head for their natal or release streams.
Randy Scott, what can I say? Thank you very much.
Good day fishing.
Now, the name of the port again.
Port Darlington.
Okay. When is your prime time here?
Last week of June, 3 weeks of July.
You know, I came here with you 2 years ago, and the fishing was as good today as it was 2 years ago. Bigger fish today.
Bigger fish today.
Okay, let's just talk tackle for a minute. What do you think of the spin doctor that I helped design?
It's going to be great for steelhead, the Polish meathead. It's quite a design.
And honestly, he said it, I didn't. But when we made this lure, right, I said, I want something for the blue zone, and that's another story, but I want something for steelhead. And they said, what do you want? And I says, well, we're on this Spoon Pullers website, right?
Yes.
So I automatically thought, well, let's call this the Polish meathead. And what it is the red in here attracts steelhead, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then we got the Polish meathead strong fly too. And there's no knock on anybody's, nationality or anything. I'm a honky. I've got Ukrainian, Irish, Scotch, you name it. I've got an aunt that's married to a Native American or a Native Canadian, and I'm married to a Polish woman. So they can't get upset. That is called the Polish meathead.
And it worked.
It really works. Okay, I'm gonna set this down here. Show me that reel. I said to you when I came out, we're not using conventional reels, which I call conventional as bait casters, whether they're Rabus or they're Daiwas or the Shimano's.
Something different.
Yeah.
And here it is.
And there it is. And it's called a knuckle buster. It's by Islander. That's the M2, right? And what do you think today? It's a lot of fun.
It's a great reel. Smooth drag. Well made, very well made. And we had 2 big kings on it. It worked flawlessly.
Well, it's a 1-to-1 drag. It's not a 3-to-1. It's not a 5-to-1. And it takes a real sportsman to be able to handle one of these. Okay, so you got the M2, and I thought I'd downsize it just a little. And this is not a mooching reel. It's the LX 3.8, right? It's a fly reel, actually made for steelhead. And I said, why not take the Islander, the little fly reel, and get out and try trolling with it, right? Held its own.
Did well.
Listen, buddy, I gotta say thank you very much. Can we fish together again?
This August, steelhead time.
We're here on July the 1st. We were only out 4 or 5 hours. We hit a lot of fish, right? And you've got something to do. You gotta clean my fish for me. Thanks, Randy.
Going fishing returns with the Napoleon Barbecue's Shore Lunch.
Cedar plank barbecuing, whether it's with fish, whether it's with steaks, whether it's with pork, whether it's with putting hamburgers on, has really taken off across Canada, coast to coast. Now, the planks are very, very easy to get hold of. You can buy them in most grocery stores. I think this one was about $1.50 or $2. My suggestion is, and I don't want to put the grocery stores out of business, but go to Home Depot or go to Beaver Lumber and buy a fresh cut BC cedar plank. You don't want any treatment on the plank. You want a rough cut cedar plank. You can get a 12-footer. You can cut out 12 pieces for what you'd be paying for 2 or 3 pieces in a grocery store. But anyways, okay, there's the plank. You take the plank, and they recommend at least an hour. Listen, I let my plank sit up to 12 hours overnight. You want the water to soak in because you want it to smoke and smoke a lot in the barbecue. You do not want it to burn if you can help it. Keep a water gun with you. The other thing is, don't do this in the kitchen unless you're trying to collect some insurance, right? Defraud the government or whoever. Yeah, go and put it in the kitchen because you're going to burn your house down. Do this on a barbecue. You can do it up north. You can put foil over it, but it's ideal in a Napoleon barbecue. Okay, so again, let it soak from 6 to 12 hours. This little recipe today is about the easiest you're going to get. It's called maple sugar plank salmon, and that's exactly what we've done. We've taken some maple sugar and we've laid it all over the salmon. I've let it sit in the refrigerator for approximately anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. You can add some salt. In this case, it's sea salt because we don't want too much sodium and we want to keep our figures. Take some pepper. Okay, now this is where it gets just a touch messy sometimes. You want to take that fillet, pick it up. You want to leave the skin on the fish. Put the fillet on the wet plank and put it into the Napoleon. Now you want this heat, wow, is that hot? You want it approximately 375 degrees, and I would cook it for upwards of 20 minutes and longer. Again, keep an eye on the Napoleon at all times, because even though the plank's wet, it might catch on fire. Get the little kid's squirt gun, fill it up with water, and you can not only have water fights, but you can take care of your supper too. Now, I'm definitely not going to put my lips around that little bit of salmon fillet right now, but it's going into the dining room. We've got a bunch of guests, and I've added a little bit of garnish with some lettuce and tomato. Again, it's very, very simple. Salt and pepper, lots of brown sugar, and a little dill and cucumber sauce that you can pass it out to your guests. Serve it with rice, serve it with potatoes. If you're like me, serve it with French fries or eat it with your fingers. We'll see you next week, because instead of going fishing, I'm going in to eat.
For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey has been brought to you in part by Yamaha Outboards, reliability with every turn of the key. G3 Boats, a Yamaha boat company. Maxima Premium Monofilament Fishing Lines, the best by test. And Islander Precision Reels. For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit goingfishingtv.com.
Smiling my way, gonna have a great day. No competition. Going fishing. Going fishing. We'll be gone, but not for too long. Going fishing. We'll be